Hello, hello.
I was just about to say the same thing.
Happy
Welcome
New Year.
in. Happy New Year. Kind of starting off like the rest of the New Year. So everything's just moving a little bit slower.
That's all right. Here, I got a new aquarium on
Oh, there we go.
screen, so I need to move my certificate up, and I need to find actual content for the aquarium.
That'll be good. Oh, hi, Elaine.
Hey. Sorry, I'm only going to be here for 15 minutes today because I got to go in a sec.
15 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, so I think for the meeting today, I was not able to attend the agenda set meeting yesterday, so I'm a little bit clueless as to structure, so I will probably let Tex take over on that, but I have something relatively important to announce. Yeah, so as some of you might know, I recently got a job, and I have not had the same amount of time that I have previously had to contribute to the OSC. It's been pretty busy, and I had a lot of personal life stuff going on as well that I don't really want to talk about, but yeah, because of these two things, I will probably be not probably. I will be resigning in 2 weeks from as OSC chair. So I'd like to,
I can still hear you, Elaine.
Yeah, I can hear you too, Lynn.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm currently looking for someone to take over as OSC chair that would have more time to contribute to the open source committee. I will probably just be fully stepping down, at least as a member, because I don't really have the time to be able to meaningfully contribute as much as I'd like to. So if you're interested, please let me know. And I think probably we should set up, we can gauge interest and stuff, but I think Tex, you might be the one that would know more about this. We can probably set up a committee vote on who the next OSC chair should be. Sorry for the sudden notice, everyone. I'm trying to give a little bit of notice during which I'll stick around, but as you can see, I have not been doing a very good job lately. Yeah.
No worries. Yeah, definitely an open topic. We're still looking for a vice chair as well. I know that much.
Yeah.
Hopefully
That's
we can
true.
get somebody with a little more tenure and understanding of the current ongoing projects, because there are still signatures necessary. But yeah, we'll definitely take some immediate action here. We've only got half the committee, if you will. We're missing a few people. I think we're missing Bernard. Reshma's working on our audio issues, it looks like. And then Philip and Arnaud, I think, are the other two that are missing. No, I'm missing one more. Who am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be 9. Okay.
So while text commenting on it, first of all, I'll say that I think OS is one of the committee in Intersect been doing very fantastic job. Thanks to you guys, set up very great tone. I think all the team members, all past chair persons, Tex and Christian. I think there's great work been happening, and I think this work need to be continued. The good work need to be continued. While catching up with Tex earlier this week, and I feel overall confident and good that things will go well. I missed the agenda setting meeting as well. Right, Tex, we need probably more people to see if anyone can volunteer first.
Yeah, so the agenda set, I'm going to take the blame on that. I recognize that I had not gotten that cadence up to date for future weeks. It is now up to date. So that's one piece, but we'll get that worked out.
Yeah, I also
Yeah,
want
on the co-chair. I mean, like one of my wish. I'm first time here in OSC, and my approach will be I prefer that somebody who's already been there, working. That person be the chair. That will be the preferred or suggested approach. And if nobody else volunteer, I will do. But my preference is clear.
Yeah, Georg?
I want to thank you, Elaine, for stepping up and really diving in as chair of the committee and getting us organized and moving things forward. I really appreciate all of your service here on the committee.
Yeah. No, yeah. Glad to help. If anything, the main thing that I regret is that like I kind of couldn't keep up with the amount of stuff that the chair has to do like in recent times. And frankly, I feel like I should have handed it off sooner because we have a lot of programs that are quite urgent. So when we do hand stuff off, like I think Uday was saying this, like it would be good to get ideally somebody who's, and Tex was also mentioning this, who is experienced enough with like all the programs that we have going on, so that we can ensure a smooth handoff. And I'll still be around for like 2 weeks and stuff. And even after that, it's not like I'm gonna like block everyone. But after that point, it'll be a little bit harder to get a hold of me for long periods of time.
I'd be interested to chat with you, Elaine, if you have 15-20 minutes sometime this week, next week, about what you did as chair. I still have until the next election, since I've been on the committee for a while. And if someone else wants to do the chair, that's fine. But if we need a chair, absolutely need a chair, I'd be happy to consider it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be happy with, you're obviously like, I'm not the one who determines this. It's the committee as a whole that will elect this. But I will say, in my personal opinion, yeah, I think you'd be great for that, Georg. And you have like, you've been around long enough to like know the, like more about the programs and stuff. So, I'd be happy to help with that. And of course, like Uday also mentioned that he's like interested. And obviously the like everyone can talk to each other and also vote on stuff, but Uday would also be good. It is, I think my personal like recommendation is probably that like new committee members probably should take on the role of vice chair first before they like become chair, just to have like a smooth transition period, because it's a little bit hard getting people like caught up fully like super immediately. But again, this is only a personal recommendation, personal like advice to the committee.
If I may, Jordan, if you're able to speak, do you have any input on this?
No, I agree with Elaine's position as well.
Do you have any interest or availability in the vice chair role, or?
Not at this time.
Okay. So I would probably suggest putting this up in Discord, but I'm just kind of synthesizing what I'm hearing, and I don't want anybody to be too concerned or pressured one way or the other. But as a possible scenario right now, we could look at a vote that would place Georg as the chair and Uday as the vice chair. Obviously, there may still be some other opinions to gather, so I'm not trying to pressure the decision, but there are things that do need to be signed. So getting this done sooner rather than later, at least for a short-term period, is super important.
Yeah, and in terms of signing stuff, I can like get that done. I meant to do that like yesterday, but it's been busy. It's a lot of stuff going on, unfortunately. If I sound like tired, it's because I am. It's not entirely related to work. I just got a lot going on. But
No trouble. Thanks for being vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Uday, I would be happy to co-lead this committee with you.
Same here, same here. And we are doing for the greater cause, right? So open for it. I also mentioned about my preference, right? So, and thanks for your comment. I think it will be always tricky. Finding the time is the most precious thing, so it's always difficult, right? And I'm also participating in a technical steering committee, so it become more harder. But I have to do the justice, and OSC for me a bit easier, given that I've been as a developer advocate and been listening to committee calls before, earlier as well. So there is some comfort zone there. But look
Hey,
forward.
oh, sorry to interrupt, but I gotta run like in the next like 10 seconds, so I'll see you guys later. Yeah. I'll let you guys
Okay.
back
Thanks.
to it. Thanks. Tex, I'll try to get that stuff signed like as soon as physically possible. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Maybe you're talking on the mute. Yeah.
Already keeping me honest. Thank you. What else do we have on the agenda for today?
Well, we do have some developer advocates here, so we can definitely take an update from them. I don't necessarily expect too much because we did have the holiday, but if there's anything that they would like to say, here would be a place for them to do it.
Okay,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. So happy New Year, everyone. So yeah, like Tex mentioned, we just kind of like resumed for the year. Things are going as usual. We are scheduled to, do our first sync of the year today, and we also have like a DevX working group session later today as well. So yeah, nothing out of the norm. It's just things you know, going as usual. Yeah. And I just also wanted to say, we are super pumped to continue our work. In this new year, we have a lot in stock. We have some amazing plans to continue, some of the obligations we have. And yeah, we're looking forward to seeing all of this, come to light. And yeah, I don't know if Haran would want to add any other thing. Haran?
I just want to say that the first quarter was the most challenging because everything was new. But like Ucha said, we are very pumped for this second quarter. And I'm sure things will be much smoother and much easier and much faster.
Thank you for the update, both of you. Good luck with the new year and all the big plans.
All right. Not that everyone has to speak, but Reshma, I know you were having some trouble with the audio earlier. Is everything back up and going? Any comments or input from you here today?
Hi, now it's working now. I can
Wonderful.
hear.
Okay.
Awesome. Excellent.
We did lose our core at body, but the only other thing that was on the agenda was from previous conversations. I'm not sure if anybody had new information. This is regarding allowing specifically developer advocates, but also any other program participants to apply across multiple programs. So I'm not sure if there's any other thoughts or opinions on that, or even any ideas as to how we would specify to clear any conflict of interest between multi-program participation.
The last I remember, we had discussed that it is good to involve the folks who are already involved even further, especially when doing one role, and then after that, during the application period, they can still be involved in that, and then later there is another role, I think specifically from developer advocate to maintainer retainer. I think that was the one we were discussing. And the sentiment I remember from the conversation is that as a committee, we are okay with that. We don't see an issue. The candidates would need to have the time, especially when there is an overlap in roles, to take on the additional work. So I don't know if this is an update we need to make in some documents we have. I don't know that we have in our process documents a clause that says, hey, you can't do both. Or if this is more, hey, you're already involved and now we want to invite you. So it's a more active invitation saying, you already know the Cardano space, you've already been involved, and we think you would be great to also do more here. Anyone else on the committee remember this conversation, have a thought?
Yeah, no, I don't remember, or maybe I haven't been part of this discussion. But in my view, I think that developer advocates should focus on what they're doing, or even assist in programs like maintain retainer program to anyone we get on board, those people, rather than they kind of themselves becoming, that will be ideal. But like, I'm always flexible upon that circumstantially. If we don't find and we need urgently something, I think we need to be flexible.
Okay. I think we'll still call at some point for an official vote or policy on that, but it seems like we're still pretty clear on there's not really an issue with that as long as everything else is managed appropriately. Okay. As secretary, I don't have much else as far as what's to make the agenda. There is, of course, the programs and the ongoing work. So I'm happy to discuss or dive into detail there. Otherwise, kind of an AOB for right now and go from there.
Yeah, while we were together, I was looking at ClickUp and I have a hard time finding where we have the agenda for today. I found the meeting minutes, but it looks like they transitioned to be somewhere else because this stopped in October. No, not even October, August.
Yeah, I'm double updating on those, so that's the delay that I have. I'll get those backfilled. Georg, if you go down to spaces, shared with me, should open a menu there for you. It's just the one space, so actually that makes it easy. And we just work off of the primary list.
This is the agenda. Ah,
We have to do at the top, which is just general to do items. Then we have the paid open source model, so everything that's in the budgetary tasks. I may just remove the milestone category because we're kind of tracking that a little bit differently. But then if you keep going down, we do have the agenda section here, which will get filled out accordingly.
okay. Then we already completed all the agenda items for today. Good job, everyone.
And everyone should have access to ClickUp. So if anyone's having trouble with that, I'm happy to troubleshoot, although it may not be the best use of a committee meeting. Happy to take advantage of anything to make sure that everyone can work effectively.
All right. Well, then, since we are through our program for today, I propose that we close the meeting and give everyone back another 35 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Thanks, Dan.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Can I stop the recording or?